As you guys know by now, Yankees manager Aaron Boone kind of spoke to the media today with an encrypted update on Giancarlo Stanton. So here's our Yankees beat writer for the Post, Greg Joyce, with some Stanton updates and obviously updates coming out of spring training. Greg, game canceled today, so glad we got a chance to get you on. I guess $1 million question here: what was Aaron Boone's update on Stanton?
Yeah, so all we know at this point is that Giancarlo Stanton has left Yankees camp in Tampa to return to New York. He got up there today. Boone told the media down in Fort Myers, including our John Heyman, that it was personal in nature, the reason for his return, and he didn't want to go any further than that. So uh, Boone said it's not related to the elbow issues that Giancarlo's been dealing with early in camp here, uh, but said he's not sure when he might return to camp. And he said hopefully soon, but didn't want to comment much more than that. So not totally clear, why he went up, other than the Yankees are saying personal nature for now. So we'll see him when he's able to get back to Tampa.
All right, and there's no point of kind of speculating or starting any rumors on personal nature or things involving personal stuff with the players. So this is something that I guess the Yankees have known about in terms of this injury. We can go back to talking about the elbows. He hasn't swung a bat in nearly a month. They've known about this injury for a while, but they didn't address the potential need for a DH this offseason. Why is that?
Yeah, so Giancarlo, this is something that the elbow, which they've likened to tennis elbow in both elbows, it's something that he played through last year. He said, on the first day of camp, I think Giancarlo said he dealt for most of the season last year, including October when he put together really just a monster postseason run to help the Yankees get to the playoffs. But something he played through and kind of managed all year. I think they thought with some rest over the offseason that would do him some good. But when he went to start ramping up again, it kind of flared up. So, like you said, last time we talked to Giancarlo last week, he hadn't swung a bat in 3 to 4 weeks, and um, at least as of yesterday, when we asked Aaron Boone about it again, there's nothing imminent in terms of baseball activity. So all we've seen Stanton doing outside is just doing some light agility drills on a backfield. So that's all there is to this point. I think their hope is that if they give it the time now to kind of calm down and get back intact, if he has to miss opening day, so be it. But they're hoping that this time allows for less time down during the season if they're able to just kind of nip it in the bud right now. So that's kind of their hope. But we'll see when he actually starts swinging a bat and doing some baseball activities again.
Yeah, Aaron Judge said he wanted G healthy in the middle of the season. So all eyes are going to be on the reports coming on Stanton up in these recent weeks. So we're definitely going to be hitting you up for that. Let's move on. Talk about Jason Dominguez, because a lot of people are talking about him letting a fly ball drop in left field, and that's gotten mixed reviews for the fan base on if he would have or should have caught it or not. How's he been looking overall, Greg, during spring training? Is he the guy for left field?
Yeah, they're certainly giving him that chance, that runway. He's had 2 games there. The first game was pretty uneventful. The second game, obviously, he lost the ball in the sun late, and it dropped. He was able to get an out at home, keep a run from scoring. But then the next inning, there was a ball to the gap that would have been a tough catch, but he kind of took what looked like an inefficient route on it. So kind of fell a few feet away from him. We talked to outfield coach Luis Rojas, who said that all this is kind of teaching points for Dominguez, good and bad. I mean, they're going to use all of it. They hope this spring to help him get better and get used to left field. Boone said yesterday they don't really have a plan necessarily to flip flop Dominguez and Bellinger at all this spring, just because they want to give Dominguez every rep in left field that they can to help him get comfortable there. But they think there's no reason why he can't be a good, handle left field. It's that he's athletic enough. It's just a lot of different angles out there, reading different spins coming off the bat. And this is the time of year where you want to work on that. The Grapefruit League doesn't offer the most serene conditions. There's high sky, sunny skies, a lot of wind down here usually, which wasn't necessarily the case yesterday. It was sunny, but this is a time to kind of get that experience in, and he was kind of learning on the fly last year during the season, and now he's going to get this runway of games that don't count to be able to kind of take those growing pains and learn from it. So the Yankees think that if they give him these 6 weeks really to get a full go in left field, that they believe he's capable of handling that position.
Is there anyone that can compete with him for that starting left field job, or is that his job?
I mean, the Yankees have said he has to earn it. There's not necessarily any guys on the 40-man roster who are a real threat to him. There's Emerson Pereira, who is coming back from Tommy John surgery. Um, he's going to play the mid. It sounds like he's going to be ready to play the outfield by mid-March. So that's a little bit late in the process to fully enter. Their backup. I mean, their other alternative here is if they if they get late in spring and Dominguez still isn't taking to left field, they could bounce him back to center, have Cody Bellinger play left field. Because Boone said yesterday they're comfortable playing shifting Bellinger there whenever. They also have Trent Grisham, who right now projects as a fourth outfielder. Is a Gold Glove center fielder that they could put out there in center and have Bellinger in left if Dominguez just really doesn't show anything. But they certainly want Dominguez to win the job, but they've said he has to earn it. So that's a combination. That's going to be a combination of at the plate, but certainly with his defense too, to make sure that's kind of wrapped up before they head north.
All right. Another thing a lot of people were talking about over the weekend, obviously the franchise making another change to its traditions. No more Frank Sinatra's New York, New York after losses. I think I've seen a lot more fans upset about this than the change up in the facial hair policy. So what's your thoughts on the team going with other Sinatra songs after a loss?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. It always seemed kind of weird to hear that when they would come up when they, finishing up a blowout loss or a crushing loss. And I think that song playing after Game 5 when the Dodgers were celebrating the World Series at Yankee Stadium in October, I don't think that necessarily helped the cause. So maybe that had something to do with it. So kind of seems like it makes sense to only play it after wins and have a rotation of songs after losses, which is what it was kind of, I think under George Steinbrenner when they first started playing the New York, New York song, they had some other songs after losses. So kind of reverting to that a little bit. It seems like it makes sense to me. Just the image of that song playing after losses didn't was always kind of odd. So seems like a natural way to go here.
All right, Greg Joyce, thanks for your time, my man.
You got it. Thanks, Brandon.